Thank you so much. In fact, your being here is a lot of value to this program because sometimes it is said colloquially, listening from the horse's mouth. So today we get the opportunity to do that and understand firsthand that what is behind your eyeballs when you bring out such nuances and such great changes in the insolvency and the bankruptcy code. I must tell you, friends, that the proposed changes are very many in number, and not only in number, but it's going to change the landscape of insolvency and the bankruptcy code. I also thank all these sister brother organizations, co organizations, I can say that, and their leaders who are here with us today. I'm sure Mr. President would like to speak about it, so I reserve my statement to talk about it much to avoid duplicacy. So thank you so much for your indulgence and your coming together. It also shows that how together we can really gain a lot of ground. I also express my deep gratitude to all of you who have made it really possible to join on a Monday afternoon, because just after NCLT proceedings around 3:30, we are all exasperated and wanting to go back to our lunch rooms. But here we are straight away into the insolvency and the bankruptcy code, where we are trying to drive deep. Friends, let's straight away get into the subject after listening to our president. I must tell you that IPA is growing from strength to strength, and today's event is being done not only electronically, that is where you are on this platform, but must tell you that we're also doing this physically in the IPA's office, which is now the Manojji's office as the president's office. So thank you for that too. Manojji, I give it to you to do the needful, and then we straight away get into the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my esteemed colleagues and distinguished guests. It is both my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the 77th episode of IPA's webinar series. When we look back at the vision with which the IBC was framed by the government through BLRC, true primary objectives shine out very clearly. One was of the maximization of value by resolution or restructuring, something like that. Adherence to the timeline. The question before us today is straightforward yet profound. Has the IBC truly delivered on these objectives in its last 8.5 years of journey? In my opinion, the answer candidly is both yes and no. Yes. Why yes? If we compare IBC regime with our earlier regime of BIFER, IFER, or winding up under the Companies Act, IBC is far more efficient in delivery. It has also brought change in the attitude of borrowers. Now they are candid of the fact that borrowed money is not their own money. They think twice in spending working capital limits on marriages or lavish parties. When the lavish parties name come out to be there, then name struck to my mind is of Vijay Mallya of Kingfisher, or maybe some Nirav Chokshi also. NPA has also reduced substantially from 14.58% in March 2018 to just 2.58% in March 2025. All this has brought back huge money to economy to make it, the third largest economy of the world, being 3 trillion economy. But flip side is also there, because it has reduced demand of we professionals, especially chartered accountants, CMAs and CS also. But if you look at the bigger picture of the economy, then we love for it. Now let's come to the flip side, for which this meeting is there to fill the gap. It's a proverb: delay is fatal. Timelines are not adhered. Admission is taking months or years against 14 days. Plan approval is taking on the average minimum a year, but many a times years also, and against timeline of 30 days. And that too, you're not confident even after 5 years. That happened in the Solis case, that plan will be set aside or maybe asked by the Honorable Supreme Court to relook onto it. Another point is, interpretation of law by Honorable Supreme Court. Hats off to the Honorable Supreme Court for a lot of landmark judgments. But our Honorable the Supreme Court has interpreted law many a times in such a way that not only we all IPs, but banks, IBBI, even government, MCI and government, is a midst of such interpretation. No, no, your negative we have, it has brought a lot of repercussions. What repercussions are these? Banks are losing faith in IBC and opting for SARFAESI or SARFAESI or RDA, Recovery of Debt Act 1993, or similar other provisions. IPs are not entering, and even existing IPs are not renewing their AFA. Yeah, as far as IBP publication is concerned, June 25, there were total 4,569 IPs, out of which only 1,908 IPs are holding AFA. That is 42% of the total population. It's a voice of a me, especially as the president of the Association of Insolvency Professionals. No, on 30th of August 2025, IBB has come out with an amendment whereby they have made it 30 hours compulsory CPE, even for those also who is not holding AFA. I pray IBB to look into it. I hope they will look into it. To reduce all these gaps, Honorable Finance Minister introduced the IBC code in the Lok Sabha as on 12th of August 2025 as bill number 107 of 2025. Please note, it is after 3 years of long wait, and shall be seventh proposed amendment. Since then, it is the talk of the town, especially in our big cities, the cities where we are living, like Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, and has been very heavily debated among IPs, advocates, and other stakeholders. Let me give key highlights of the bill from IP perspective. If we see the key highlights of the bill from IP perspective, I would like to say that if I divide the bill in 3-4 parts, then my first question come out to be there is that the bill it is having a dominating provisions of correcting judicial deviations. Several proposed amendments aim to set aside interpretation of the Honorable Supreme Court that, though well intended, conflicted with the court's core objective. A few notable among these are Vidarbha Industries versus Axis Bank, where Section 7's NIE was interpreted to give relief to CDs for his non-payment of absolutely ignoring basics of the code, being debt and default. There is a buzzword. It ultimately benefited Reliance Group. I don't know. It's the insider's information. In any case, second was of the state tax officer versus rainbow papers, where statutory dues were equated with secured creditors, contrary to the basics of the code, whereas these dues specifically granted priority under subsection under subclause F of section 53(1)(e) subsection I. Third one, which comes out to your mind was the case handled by my friend Prabhjit Singh Soni. In this case, the Greater Noida versus Prabhjit Singh Soni, where Greater Noida gave preference against their dues and also recommended quite heavily, pass given to the NCLT under Section 30, subsection 1. The most recently, everybody knows about this, the Bhushan Steel's Power and Steel matter, where Supreme Court's order for liquidation even after approved registration plan raised a lot of eyebrows, which ultimately relooked by the higher bench. However, it prompted innovation, and now 2025 bill proposes CRP during liquidation. I repeat, CRP during liquidation. I won't delve much into it because Janta ma'am will take care of it. Second, worrisome for we insolvency professional is that penalties for non-compliances or frivolous action have been significantly enhanced from rupees 2 crores up to 5 crore or 1 lakh rupees per day. This is expected to deter false claims and indisciplined conduct even by public institutions. Another the CRP, creditor CRP, that is called, earlier we were having CIRP, now we have CIIRP prisons, replacing fast track prisons. Group insolvency. Group insolvency is a big demand. Mr. Kohli is sitting aside me. He is a big insolvency professional. Have already handled one of the 12 big cases, or maybe similar to those cases. Whenever we also handled. Whenever we go for insolvency of a big company, these are entangled with a lot of groups, and especially if you remember video case where 12 associates enterprise were there, SR, Anil Ambani, JP Group, all were having a big group. And now, every NCLT bench was interpreting group insolvency as per their wisdom. Now, with these amendments, it will be dealt very effectively. Cross-border insolvency. I was fortunate enough to issue first notice in Singapore as far as PG to CD cases are concerned. In the case of Iqbal Hussain, when I asked to the IBBI people, they said you can't issue. When I look into the provisions of the IBC code, I found I must issue for the benefit of the my creditors. Intermoratorium under Section 296, it has been said bye now. PG to CD cases. Governance improvement is also there. The insertion of new definitions will definitely give room to my advocate friends sitting in front of me, like insolvency initiation date, insolvency commencement date, and all other things there. I have discussed till this moment all those what is there in the bill. I have a lot of other issues also to deliberate, especially taking the advantage of Janta ma'am, who is representing IBB there. My respectful submission is that please take note of these things there. What is there? I have been deliberating this at a lot of earlier platforms also. If we see the development of our Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, I'm the product of ICI. It has developed because it is not the largest accounting body of the world. It has developed because of the reason that it is managed by the chartered accountants. We have central council members there. Similarly, we pray and request to the IBBI that let some representation at the policy making be there from some insolvency professionals who are at the elite of the profession, because we know where a pin is pinching us. Second issue is that related to NCLT functioning. There are two theories. One is that is NCLT overburdened or underutilized? The one new thing is developing for the last 1 year or so, that registry functions as per their own whims and wishes. Lot of unhealthy practices are going on for clearance of papers, which is bringing bad name to the NCLT also, and registry also. I'm bringing it to the notice of the IBBI. Second thing is that at present we have NCLT member strength of 66. The volume of work which we have, and when we expect them to deliver their judgment in 14 or 13 days, 14 days in admission and 30 days or something like that, I think it need to be increased. MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, must think of it. Why I'm taking part of the in my this deliberation in my initial remark is that because these are the things which need now for the development of IBC. Another is that now come to a very crucial point of causes of delay. Everybody knows this is a menace. Everybody knows that there is a delay. What is the reason and what is the solution? Which we as a IP is suggesting to the IBBI is that before I start, I tell you this delay can be changed. This delay can be reduced. How it can be reduced, I'll be just telling you. Before that, I'll let you know that NCLT Ahmedabad admitted Section 7 application in 29 days. The case name is Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency Limited, Gensol EV Lease Limited, in the case number so and so, by an order dated 13 June 2025. I repeat, within 29 days, if NCLT Ahmedabad can admit a case, why not other cases, and why not other NCLTs can also admit within that short time? Another thing I tell you, NCLT Mumbai Bench 6 has set up a target of 2 months in their admission timeline. When a working bench goes for a target, they go with all this thing. They said that we should set it as a benchmark for all other benches also. In the words of our ex NCLT member, Mr. P.S.N. Prasad, he says that at NCLT we are playing a test match of 5 days rather than 20 hours match. This is a time of 20 hours. Let's go for that. As far as delay is concerned, delay starts with the registry. It goes to RP, then RP to COC, COC to the adjudicating authority, and in between, our honorable advocates play a very good role also. For all that, IBBI try to control them, but still is not able to do. Now, in the current bill, you have you have come out with a proviso that that benches will record the reason of delay. But I don't think so. That provision can really help you. what I, what our commissioner suggests is that, if see the fate of these prisons similarly in the DRT and Sarfasi, they are not much affected. What I suggest, what we thought of, so for this timeline is that let's have something realistic timeline. Instead of 45-60 days, after achieving this timeline, it may be reduced further. Instead of going for a 14 days or 30 days timeline, let it be started with 45-60 days. And when it get, covered up with all this thing there, then you can go for this achievable, because you should give the targets which are achievable. No, no, my second last points come out to be there. Friends, these debates illustrates one truth, that IBC is not a static statue, it is a live statue, constantly evolving through the interaction of parliament, judiciary, and regulatory. And of course, practitioners like us. It is our collective responsibility through forums like IPA to contribute constructively so the code emerges more robust, more practical, and more stakeholder friendly. To help us navigate this important subject, we are fortunate to have with us Ms. Ajanta Gupta, consultant to the IBBI, a prolific scholar and seasoned professional. In a short span of 13 days since the bill's introduction, she has already conducted 7-8 sessions on it. I must confess that she always acts as a bridge between IBBI and we practitioners. She has been so holistic. Before this meeting, we were just talking. She said that next time we shall invite our chairman also to the meeting if we are representing such a huge gathering. On behalf of IPA and all insolvency professionals, I thank her sincerely for her once again sharing her time and insight with us. Thank you very much, Ajanta ji. Since IBC has taught us one thing, timeline and value maximization. जो हमारे पास 1 सवा घंटे का, हमारे को जो 1.5 घंटे का टाइम मिला है, उसको मैक्सिमाइजेशन करने के लिए आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीबडी टू मेंटेन वन प्रोटोकॉल, so that we can learn maximum from ma'am, and have most effective. After each clause, what system I'm suggesting is that ma'am will guide us through provisions of the bill clause by clause. After each clause, she will give a pause and ask questions to we participant. I request my all participants not to interject in between, because what happens is that if we interjecting start raising one or the other questions, and as a result of which time is not optimally utilized. It's my privilege to now hand over the baton to Ma'am Ajanta Gupta ji, who will enlighten us not only on the key provisions of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Amendment Bill 2025, but also on the much debated points since last 13 days or even before. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Warm welcome to Ajanta Gupta ji. As far as yeah, my other persons are concerned, from we have from Calcutta NCLT Bar Association. I shall invite them to have their words after listening from ma'am. And we have from Hyderabad, HIPA representing Mr. Sudha Gupta, Ms. Sudha Gupta, that we shall invite her also later on. And from IBC, we also have their representative. And from Kerala, we have Mr. Sharaf and Mr. P.T. Joy. We shall have their opinion later on also. And from IP, sitting aside me, is Mr. Kohli. And we shall have their opinion, after listening to ma'am. With this note, I hand over my baton to ma'am. Please come forward and enlighten us with your with your with your introduction of bill and everything. Welcome, 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 Ajanta ji.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Absolutely audible. Please carry on.
Thank you, IPA. Thank you, Manoj, Mamta ma'am, for such a warm welcome and having me here, to giving me a opportunity to interact with all the RPs, IPs, and everybody, and have to make a presentation on the proposed IBC bill. Sir, can I request you, can you please stop the recording so we can have a frank discussion? It will be easy for us to have a frank discussion.